In today's video, we're going to have a look at Premier African Minerals. Now, this video is going to be honest and truthful about the current state of affairs. There's a lot of people messaging me saying they've missed the deadline on the 1st of November. There is people that are just really freaking out that they're seeing Codal Minerals take off up over 50% on the week, and they're scratching their heads going, have I backed the wrong horse? What has happened? Well, guys, in this video, I'm going to make you feel a lot better because I personally think it's all going to be fine. What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy, Old, Sell. I hope, of course, you are all well. First off, I'm wearing the diamond hat because you need diamond hands. Now, this is something we've talked about on the channel before. Codal Minerals and Premier African Minerals, ABML, any of the penny stocks, the high-risk growth plays that we cover on this channel, they're high-risk, high-reward, hopefully, but they are high-risk, and I need to get that out there. I am not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence as always, but these are stocks that we've identified because they're green plays. They're future focused. They're identifying a problem, i.e. lithium shortage. We're going to need them for EVs and all the storage, batteries, solar energy, all these things that are going to clearly be the future. You're getting it from the source. That's why we've identified these miners. Some of my close friends still go, God, you're mental going anywhere near lithium miners, and they're unproven. But the way I look at it is, yes, okay, yes, they're absolutely high risk. AIM stocks can be manipulated. We've seen that, RNSs can be put out. Regulations are slim, and people can't lie. And for example, Active Energy Group, one of the first stocks we covered on the channel as well, read up great, absolute shit show. So you have to do your due diligence, and you also have to give companies time. You have to expect delay and allow for delay. I did the video yesterday in Codal Minerals, over 2.5 years in these miner stocks. Look at this video. I'm not a financial advisor. You must, of course, do your own due diligence. Jesus. But the tune, the intro was a banger. Coincidence. Let's go. My writer's article, I need to get that featured again. That was good. Coincidence, something that happens by chance, I think not. That was a song I recorded way back in the day, the good old days. That's saying March 21, but look, it's well over 2.5 years. I've been roughly in them for about 3 years now. All these are 10-year holds. We're only about 3 years deep into it, so we're not even halfway through the journey yet. Being in the construction trade myself personally, speaking from my own experiences here, there is delays when it comes to anything that's being constructed. It just is what it is. So you have to accept that with all these miners, all of the plants, all of the ABML, the new factories, all these things that are being built. Delays happen, especially in this economic environment with supply shortages, inflation. There's so much to navigate through that these startup companies maybe set a budget of we need X amount and they run over budget. Don't be panicked. Understand that these things can happen, and you should have a tolerance to, within reason, a tolerance to delays, okay? The first thing I want to squash is people are saying that this has been delayed. Delivery was to be November. Delivery was to be November, but there's a difference between the 1st of November and the end of November. Now, we got an RNS that was released, sort of mid-October, around my birthday, I think it was. I was actually away, so it was a bit chaotic. I was away on a cruise, around the Mediterranean. Happier times, better times, warmer times. That RNS was about the optimization sort of thing of the Zulu plant. It had the good and the bad in there. It did say, look, the implications on how PREM would be held if these deadlines weren't met. Now, prior to that, we've had plenty of RNSs. We've had the Stark CEO, Jeffrey, the trains rolling around the bend. All of that's kind of gone quiet. And I suppose the first time around, the PR, the hype, that kind of got us to sort of May, June time. Again, I was on holiday. It's weird when these things all happen. I always seem to be out of the country, but I was in Spain, sitting there. I remember drinking a latte. John, shout out. We were back and forth going, oh, Christ, friggin' delay. Now, it was something that, again, at the start of the video, I talked about, you got to kind of expect that and manage it. Extremely disappointed that the deadline was missed. And then all the craziness about the force majeure and all the drama that we've covered to death on the channel. And if anyone's looking for a high-level review of all where we're sitting, watch my video from a couple of months ago when we first came back on the channel. I did a really high level. Actually, I'll share it here, and you can go in and get an idea of kind of the storyboard over the last year. But a lot of delays, a lot of renegotiating, a lot of toys out of the pram, toys back in the pram. And now we seem to have all the parties lined up. There seems to be targets that are in place that should be achievable, which is 1,000 tons of goods delivered in November. And that is the end of November. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean on the last day of November. You would hope it's not going to get to what Fergie would call squeaky bum time. You would hope that it's going to come out sort of in the next fortnight. So there's reason to be optimistic. But there is also, the closer it gets to the end of November, people will start getting a bit nervous. Now, for me, from the point of view of topping up, everyone in the Discord will know my position. I was waiting until the first, second, and I topped up today, this morning. I put in the Discord my alert. I topped up yet again at a price of 0.45, and the reason being is I just wanted to see if people were going to panic sell on the 1st of November, maybe not understanding this. I waited for the RNSs to potentially come out today and to open the market. Again, it looked reasonably steady. So I just thought, right, now I'm going to top up because I've been waiting to do so. We've also had videos released about the laboratory, the on-site, the grading that's been done. It's all very, very positive. This isn't smoke and mirrors as people maybe would suggest. There was also a piece of media that, don't forget, that came out on IG, that came out with George Rose. They did the interview, and to quote him, it was, "We will comfortably meet this deadline." And I've covered it in over the last couple of months when we heard about the revised deadline, that it was so low that they had to hit it. I still expect them to surpass it. I don't think it'll be 1,000 tons delivered. Here's the date, job done. I think it'll be more than that. And don't forget, we get payment at the gate. The whole issues with CanMax, which was there, has definitely taken a step in the right direction. We've seen CanMax throw down, 5 million? CanMax aren't just going to throw around that type of money if they don't have confidence in it. Actually are having a horrible year. I think they're down like 50% or something. It's just horrendous. So they're not in the greatest of positions just to be throwing around money. They're doing it because they know that this is likely what's going to get them back out of a hole. Now, if you want somebody that gives you a bit of insight on the daily, and everyone that's in Prem probably already knows about this guy, but I had to give him a shout out because we've been chatting quite a bit. But he definitely is a guy that you want to be following. If you don't already, get on X, give him a follow. It's Deadeye Beaky, christened Deadeye Beaky, I believe, as well. He's your guy if you want instant access for free. There's the guy, obviously. The Discord is there if you want all this type of information and a more raw sort of balls out of the bath, anything goes kind of conversation. Discord is where you'll get that. The link is down below. But we did have this come up when demonstrating our lithium sorting capabilities on Halloween. Day provides scary good results. Big thanks to Stark Resources. And you can see the waste removal and the high grade spode. There is a lot of people working on this. There's a lot of careers working on this, and some of the great expertise, engineers, all of that are working on this project. This isn't smoke and mirrors. And if I see one more person comment, "You're not going to get anywhere with George Rose or smoke and mirrors," I'm going to have to hide you from the channel and ban you, because I'm sick of this just de-ramping nonsense. Look at my first video and look how far we've come. How in the blue hell have you got CanMax involved, Stark, engineers, all of this, grading, a site built, and it's all smoke and mirrors? It's just nonsense. I am all about having a debate, but people that are de-ramping something and it's just based on absolutely nothing, it's just dire. Do your own due diligence. Anybody's investing in this, but go back and watch my first video even. You'll see there has been a core journey to get to this point. It is beyond smoke and mirrors. Let's have a look at the share price. Today we are down to 3.93, 0.44 currently. On the week, it's just doing what it's been doing, sideways. Oh, there we go. We're up now, and you'll probably see that that's just went green. Here, maybe we're witnessing an RNS watching. Maybe Jeffrey has tweeted, "We're going to the moon." Who knows? We can see here CanMax, though, is not doing too well today. Now, I want to talk about the wider market. The wider market is pretty damn grim, but we did have a decent Fed rate hike pause yesterday. Markets are reacting quite positively. We covered it in the week ahead video on Sunday. And the main index market is having a good time. The rest of the markets generally kind of follow suit. It just is all economics. Everything is traded for the dollar. But without getting into world economics in this video, what I'm trying to say is I think we might get a bit of a taste of a decent run here for the next week or two. So it would be lovely if an RNS was to drop, because you're not only going to get a pump from Premier African Minerals, but when the actual general market is fairly solid, you'll get that extra pump. I've said it in previous videos where I was worried if we were in a real bear market and everything was selling off massively, how much that will steal the pump from Premier African Minerals. There's winners and losers always. Prem will definitely, on a decent RNS, will pump no matter if it's World War III. However, it will steal a lot of the momentum if the markets are bad. But so right now is a good time for an RNS to drop. Now let's have a quick look at this from a technical analysis point of view. Well, we're in a bear market on Premier African Minerals. We have been in a bear market since obviously that RNS sunk us right into this dirty, stinking hole. And a bear market is anything below a 200-day moving average. Above it, you're in a bull run. Now, if we have a look at the RSI MACD, we can see there's been more selling pressure coming in than buying pressure. Although we do have a buy symbol that's just came on. Now, if we strip it out and look at the weekly chart, the weekly chart has put a buy in as well. So there is slightly more buying pressure. And if you look here on the weekly, we can see over the last couple of weeks, there's been more volume buying Premier African Minerals, myself included, than there has been selling. And what you really want to see here is the fact that we are above the 200-day moving average. So on the weekly chart, going back as far as February 21, pretty much the whole entire time that I've ever been invested in Premier African Minerals, we have been in a bull run. And it's very unlikely to see that sell off. So worst case scenario, bad RNS comes out and everyone freaks out about a further delay. You're probably going to see in and around a 25% drop. We should stay above. But let's talk about the bullish scenario then. Let's try and draw a few horizontal lines because we love our oil horizontal lines. You got to bang one in around there. That, for me, is probably going to be your first area of resistance, which is going to see is pump about 22%. To me, the RNS drops delivering more than what's expected and the things that we've talked about in other videos, I think we'll just blow through that. And I don't even think that will even hold up as resistance. And it should. It's been strong support / resistance for a long time. That is going to, in my opinion, explode above that. And if we explode above that, we should explode then above the 200-day moving average. And then once we go back into a bull run, and then the momentum shifts, see this negative spin, the shorten will stop. People will jump out and go, shit, we're in a bull run. It's time to go bullish or get out of this thing. I don't want to be caught with my knickers down. So they will sell, and then that will pump it even harder. If we bring up another indicator I like to look at, which is, again, a volume indicator, but you can see here, the bigger the spikes, the more buying. This area, people have been filling their boots, and it's not surprising. We've all been there. We've been buying a lot for the last 6 months. This is where it all is, okay? And what you'll see is here, there wasn't a lot of buying pressure. Not a lot of buys. There was people buying here, people jumping onto the ship late and all that carry on, but there really isn't a lot. So usually this area will be huge support. We break above this, this is going to be your new baseline minimum. 0.6 will be your new baseline. I think the RNS will come out, it'll explode above. There's not much volume here. It really depends on what the RNS says, obviously, but you would imagine we're going to explode right up to at least 0.8. In my opinion, on the back of this news, over the course of a week, there's no reason why we couldn't see sort of around a 60% plus gain, especially with Coral Minerals, what's happened there, but decent RNS. But in my opinion, this RNS would actually be better than that. You can't compare two stocks. I get that, but it just shows you in this market, things will pump. I would say this has got to be in and around the area, and I've already earmarked my sort of trim profits area, and I've got my plan of what I'm going to do in the event of an up or down. But this is kind of the level I'm looking at going, yeah, I think an RNS could definitely get us in and around 0.8. We'll see over the course of sort of the few days that it comes out. Being reserved now, obviously we're hoping for more, but that's me being very reserved, and that's kind of my minimum expectation. Anything could happen though. It could very much explode on a lot higher over the coming days, over the coming weeks. You just have to watch this space carefully. I would recommend everyone to have a plan. What are you going to do in the event of an up or a down, or where you're trimming profits? Are you trimming profits? Are you just holding long? Or when are you going to top up? Have a consideration to all of that. The RSI MACD is sitting right in the middle. It could go either way. There's nothing here to say it's going to be massively pumped or dumped based on the technical analysis. It will fully come down to the RNS and the content of that. If you want to get into the Discord to get my alert prices when I'm buying and selling, what everybody else in the Discord is doing, the link is down below. And if you, better yet, if you actually want to know yourself rather than trusting other people potentially to make your decisions for you, which you should never do, you should learn what all this means. It gets to here, you should sell. When it gets down to here, this is when you buy. Different things like this. All this is in the trading course, plus it gives you lifetime access to the Discord, so it really pays for itself. That's entirely up to you though. I just ask if you can please like and subscribe, help me grow the channel. We will be back very soon. I'm keen to do some decent videos on PREM. Is there something that you would like me to specifically cover? Whether that be, I don't know, stuff on the plant, maybe a look at CanMax, whatever it is, just leave your comments down below. I would appreciate that, and we can try and do some more better quality videos, let's just say. And again, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.